I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty exhausted. Cat. Hello. You were such a butthead. You know that? Come on, watch out. Anyway, we're going to go through the race at Circuit of the Americas real quick. It's probably going to be a quick review because I'm pretty tired. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fuel. This video is sponsored by Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend and by Reaper Apparel Company. Stay tuned till after the video to learn how you can save 10% off of your order. What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and welcome to tonight's edition of The Fuel. Where tonight we're going to be talking about the 2024 EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix from the Circuit of the Americas. And it was actually a race that saw 0 caution flags, because I don't count the stage cautions, which is the first time that's happened since 2022. Let me get my notes ready here. So, this was a solid race overall, I thought. I mean, it didn't have the crazy amount of excitement that we saw at Bristol last week, but it was all right. And going caution free and having the race play out organically, well, as much as organically as it can under this current deal, I think is about as good as we can hope for. So, all in all, it was a solid race. I mean, was stages 1 and 2 a little bit meh? Yeah. But it did pick up in stage 3. Had some good battles and some differing strategies that culminated in Christopher Bell nearly overhauling William Byron to win the race after being so far back. They repaved some of the turns. Yeah, they pointed that out on the broadcast. Some of the turns got to repave. I don't know if it really made a difference in the racing or the passing, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, even though it was a caution-free race, it wasn't incident-free. There were quite a few spins and all that stuff, but NASCAR finally figured out that because it's a 3.4 mile long racetrack, they don't need full course yellows, you know, for spins and shit. And as a result, we saw what amounts to a caution-free race today. And the name of the episode is Exhaustion, because there were quite a few drivers that were pretty exhausted after this race. I mean, Corey LaJoy, he basically had to take a trip to the medical center because he was so exhausted. He was probably dehydrated and everything else. I think Carson Hocevar had the same thing. So yeah, it was quite the day of racing, to say the least. Anywho, let's get this review done and over with, because I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed a little bit early tonight, because I gotta get up early tomorrow, because work. Yay. So the stages broke down like this. It was 15, 15, and 38. So it was a 68 lap race. There were 3 cars that had to go to the rear. 17 at Chris Buescher with a steering rack issue. 41 of Ryan Prix for valve springs. And the 66, I believe, was Timmy Hill. He had to make adjustments to the car. So William Byron starts from the pole. Reddick moved up to second in the first turn. Then Chastain had a 3-wide move in the hairpin. I didn't see this at first. Wallace made contact of some sort and started losing spots fast. As it turned out, there was a 3-car incident between Corey LaJoie, Martin Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace. It looked like LaJoie had a broken toe link. Bubba Wallace had damage. And Truex actually had a wheel come apart. He thought it was a tire. Turned out it was the wheel. He had a damaged wheel. So they all eventually made pit stops for repairs for that. Byron led lap number 1. Burton goes around the hairpin off the nose of Josh Berry. At this point, it was JGR cars 2, 3, and 4. Cindric was up to 7th, but had front end damage to the back of somebody. There was a lot of cloud cover, but no rain was expected on this day, and none ever came. We had the first of the cutting the S's penalties when John Nemechek had to do a pass-through penalty for cutting the S's, which was quite the source of controversy on social media. You know, a lot of people are like, why are they, having track limits in just the S's and not anywhere else? It does seem a little silly. Gibbs gets by Reddick for second, and then Bell gets by Reddick for third. A lot of people felt like Reddick was going to be the strong car today, but turned out to not really be the case. We had green flag pit stops beginning on lap 12 because they brought the cautions back for the stage. They brought the stage brakes back for the road courses, which I think is fucking stupid. Bubba just doesn't have much luck on road courses. Doesn't seem like it. Gibbs and Bell start closing on Byron for the lead, which is something I will say further down the line. We had a mass exodus to pit road for service before the stage ended. Byron Gibbs and Chastain pit before pit road closes. Christopher Bell inherited the lead and wins stage number 1. It's a pretty meh first stage. Several of the cars that didn't pit under green come in under this stage break. So Bell leads the start of stage number 2. McDowell starts dropping back on the old tires. He was one of the guys that stayed out, as well as Bell. Byron starts challenging Bell for the race lead with Reddick right behind, and Byron takes it in the arena section for our one and only pure lead change of the day on lap 20, compared to last week when we had 30. But, it's road course racing against short track racing. Can't really compare the two. Bubba spins off the front bumper of Keselowski, so his woes can continue. Keselowski in particular also didn't have a very good day. Larson goes around from a bump from Bell. Bell was a bit of a wrecking ball today. Larson was just the first. McDowell makes his first pit stop on lap 23. Gibbs gets by Chastain for third. Bell finally pits in the lead on lap 25 as well as Suarez, but Suarez gets nabbed for speeding. Kumoy Kobayashi and Stenhouse get together in turn 8 and spin. Ironically enough, they got together at the Indianapolis road course last year. That's kind of interesting. SVG gets nabbed for speeding as well. We have a battle for 5th between Allmendinger, Bowman, Busch, and Chastain was pretty good. Reddick pits from 2nd, and Allmendinger pits from 5th. Byron pits from the lead on lap 29. McDowell starts reporting that something was broken in the steering. It looked like he had a power steering issue because he just could not steer that car, and he was basically pretty slow all the way around the racetrack. Which probably pretty frustrating for him considering, road courses are his bread and butter. So that leads to Hamlin inheriting the race lead and winning stage number 2. And most everyone who didn't pit under green would come in during this stage break. So Byron leads the start of stage number 3. Byron misses turn 1, which allows Chastain to take the lead with Gibbs up to 2nd. Reddick tries to dive bomb Byron at the hairpin, but backs out of it. Prix goes around in the backstretch. Looks like some contact down the backstretch. Sent him around. Ty Gibbs was all over Chastain for the lead. Byron, Reddick, and Bowman were not far behind. So the battle for the lead had really heated up at this point. Gibbs had a run in turn 1, but Chastain holds him off. Byron gets by Gibbs for 2nd. Then Elliott gets by Busch for 5th, but then he bounced loose in the S's and basically cut the course in the S's. And this is where, you know, the penalty for cutting the course was kind of stupid. He has to take a pass through for course cutting. He tried to argue his case, but they said that he was not forced off, so he had to do the pass through. And needless to say, the 9 team was not happy about it. Shout out to Justin Haley, who did a pretty good job today in that 51 car, continuing to overachieve in that 51 car as far as I'm concerned. Blaney goes around in turn 9, and then Kyle Busch goes around in turn 1 after contact from Bell. Once again, Christopher Bell. Second time he sent someone around in this race. I mean, he had a fast car, but he was a bit of a wrecking ball today. And the two actually had words after the race, and Busch was not very happy with Bell, and rightfully so. SVG starts reporting gearbox problems. He was without first gear at this point. Byron starts closing in on Chastain for the race lead. Gibbs back in third, watching the 24-1 battle for the lead. We had green flag pit stops begin with 25 laps to go. Keselowski spins in turn 1. Oh, wait. That's right. Byron took the lead from Chastain. Let me double check this, because it may actually be 2 pure lead changes instead of just the 1. Let me double check this. Lap later breakdown. Because it was 23 to go, so it'd be around lap 43. So lap 43, and then Byron led lap 44, and then Gibbs stayed out. So yeah, that would be 2 lead changes, 2 pure lead changes, because Byron led lap 44, and then I think they... No, wait. Did they? Yeah, because Byron did make the pass. Okay. So there is 2 pure lead changes. I just forgot to count it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So there are actually 2 pure lead changes. Because they hadn't come to pit road yet. I just didn't mark it down. I guess I just forgot completely about it. But yeah, Byron takes the lead. Green flag pit stops begin with 25 laps to go. Keselowski spins in turn 1. Chastain tries to retake the lead in the arena section, so he had lost the lead at this point. And then he was trying to get it back because he was still right there close to Byron, with Gibbs still watching in third. Bowman pits from the 4th position. He had a good day today. Byron and Chastain pit from the lead with 23 laps to go. And Byron had a much faster pit stop than Chastain. Strategy was pretty much all over the place at this point. Gibbs pits from the lead on the next lap. And Bowman may cycle out to second behind Byron once the pit stop cycle completes, which it actually ended up happening. Stenhouse gets penalized for course cutting. Reddick pits with 22 laps to go from the lead. Bell finally pits from the lead with 19 laps to go. So he waited 4 extra laps, which that's about 12 to 15 extra miles on old tires, but he also had 4-lap fresher tires, which at Circuit of the Americas is pretty big. And he actually started cutting into the lead pretty in huge chunks. Eric Jones gets nabbed for speeding. Truex and SVG continue to stay out. They're the ones that stayed out the longest. We had a battle for 6 between Chastain, Reddick, and Gilliland, and Truex finally pits from the lead with 18 laps to go. So Byron finally cycles back to the lead with an almost 2-second gap on Bowman. Kobayashi spins around in turn 9 after getting dumped by Josh Berry. Elliott goes around in turn 8. Bell is 4th at this point, 9.5 seconds back with 11 laps to go, but was averaging a second a lap faster than Byron at this point, but he still had to get around both Bowman and Gibbs. And I was like, wow, could we actually have an epic long run finish to this race? Well, we did. We actually did. Gibbs gets by Bowman for second in turn 1. Then Bell gets by Bowman for third. 5.7 seconds back with 7 to go. Gregson spins in turn 8, which was right in front of Byron, so that probably made Byron shit his pants a little bit. Both Gibbs and Bell were catching Byron in the winning laps. Bell finally gets by Gibbs for second and was 3 seconds back with 3 laps to go. And he managed to get down to just under 0.7 of a second, but Byron is able to hold Bell at bay to win at the Circuit of the Americas, and we had our first caution-free race since the 2022 season. I miss the old Ross Chastain, the take no prisoners Ross Chastain. Well, I mean, he made it tough to pass today. He just didn't really have the car that Byron did, or Bell. Byron and Bell were really the class of the field in this race today. So, race stats. We had 11 lead changes. Only 2 of them were pure lead changes, though. A large majority of those were during green flag pit stops. However, like I said, 0 caution flags, because I don't count the stage breaks as cautions. And, of course, that also means 0 overtimes. So, we have extended this beginning stretch without overtimes to the first 6 races of the season. 0 overtimes. Which is good, because fuck overtimes. And we had 2,775 green flag passes, which was actually fewer than Bristol, but fewer laps, which means that we had an average of 43.4 green flag passes per green flag lap. Congrats to William Byron, and still no overtimes. I love it. Yep, me too. Fuck overtimes. And he also led the most laps at 42 laps. I mean, start from the pole, led the most laps, won the race. I mean, can't get much better than that. So, as for my final rating for this race, I mean, the first 2 stages were meh. I mean, they weren't really anything to write home about. Mainly due to the fact that they had, stage breaks, which kind of takes away from the organicness of the race, which I think is stupid. But at the very least, the race went green the entire 3rd stage as well. So, no natural cautions to speak of. Caution-free race. Had pretty solid racing. Some strategy thrown in there. And it all ended with a run at the finish by Bell. I mean, he probably made some people mad because he was being a bit of a bit of a bull rusher, but it is what it is at this point. And he nearly came back to get Byron right there at the end, but just fell short. I think 1 or 2 more laps, he probably would have had it. So, my final rating for this race is a 6 out of 10. I think that's a fair enough number. I mean, it didn't blow your socks off like last week did, but no cautions. Although there was a lot of spins, but that's to be expected on a road course. But NASCAR, at the very least, decided to swallow the whistle in terms of the cautions, let these guys get gathered back up and back going again, and we got about as an organic a race as we could have gotten in today's day and age with the stage breaks and everything. So, I'll give this race a 6 out of 10. It was alright. At the end of the day, that's still pretty solid. Next week is Sunday night racing, which I think is kind of dumb, even though it's Easter. But, it is what it is. They're going to Richmond. Last couple years have been kind of hit or miss at Richmond. We'll see what next week brings. But that's going to do it for this edition of The Fuel. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out. See you later. Hey, what's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan letting you know that tonight's video was sponsored by Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend and Reaper Apparel Company. Special shout out to both of them for sponsoring my YouTube channel. Dubby Energy is a jitterless energy blend that contains coffee fruit extract and was designed to give gamers a boost of energy without all the downsides of regular energy drinks like crashes and harmful ingredients. And there are several different great flavors that you can try, such as Dragonade, Push and Punch, Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, Watermelonada, and the limited edition Palm Blom flavor. And don't forget to get you a plastic shaker while you're at it. If you're interested in giving Dubby Energy a shot, there's an affiliate link down in the description box below. In addition to Dubby Energy, this video has also been brought to you by Reaper Apparel Company. By clicking on the affiliate link down below in the description box, you'll be able to browse through many of their different wares, such as hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and other cool items. And that's not the only thing. When you place an order and you go to checkout, be sure to type in the code PackerMan and you'll be able to save 10% off of your order. And it would also help me out as well if you use the affiliate link, so thank you if you do. And also, special thanks to both Dubby and Reaper Apparel for sponsoring my channel. Hey, what's happening, ladies and germs, and thank you for watching tonight's video. Be sure to hit like and subscribe to stay apprised of the latest videos for this channel. If you would like to join the Spare Parts Gaming community, links to their Discord and Facebook are down in the description. Also, if you would like to leave me a tip for the video, a link to my coffee is down in the description box below at buymeacoffee.com/thepackerman71. Also, be sure to give my channel sponsors Dubby Energy and Reaper Apparel Company a shot. Their affiliate links are down in the description box below, and it would help me out as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out.